Hello everyone. In today's video, I would like to address 3 topics. 1. First, the latest update unfortunately changed the efficiency of the farm, so I decided to recalibrate the redstone to improve it. Second, I received messages suggesting that my previous video is a scam and people don't understand how this farm can work at all. So today I will explain exactly how it works. Third, a few very similar farms have appeared on YouTube. Some of them work quite well, and others are broken copies that will not work. And today I will explain exactly why this is happening. Let's start by talking about how my farm works. Here it is, the W-1000. The farm is 5 by 6 blocks and 12 blocks high. It can produce birch, spruce, and jungle wood. It works completely automatically. You don't have to do anything at all. You don't have to place sapling. You don't even have to use bone meal. The farm will harvest naturally grown trees on its own. The farm is small enough to fit 4 of them in one chunk. That's why in most cases I build 3 of these farms, one for each type of wood, along with a ghast to automatically cut down the tree. Thanks to this, I always have a supply of spruce, birch, and jungle logs. The farm is also available in a 6 by 6 size and is then universal. You set it to a specific type of wood using this furnace. Each farm also has the option of feeding it with a bone meal if you need more wood. But how does this farm even work? Why is there no need to plant sapling? I don't know who exactly came up with this method, but one of the oldest videos I came across about it belongs to Ghast, linked to his video in the description. This mechanic is commonly called a ghost tree farm. Normally, when we plant a sapling and use a bone meal on it, the sapling will turn into a block of log. But if we cover the sapling with dirt around it and use a bone meal on it, even though the sapling now looks like a log, it is still a sapling, when the rest of the tree is real log blocks. Unfortunately, this is how it looks when playing on a console or computer. On Minecraft Pocket Edition, sapling does not change its look. Here is how it looks there. I decided to invent my own farm using this method. I took a sapling and started experimenting. I covered it with all possible blocks in every possible way. As a result, it turned out that it is better to use a moss block and plant the sapling on it. When a sapling grows on a block of moss, it turns into a block of dirt. In the case of a ghost tree farm, the block of moss does not turn into dirt after the tree has grown, which gives us a clear signal that everything is working as it should. When something goes wrong in our farm, the block of moss will turn into dirt, which gives us a signal that the farm is not working. As a result of many tests, it turned out that the best arrangement of dirt is this one, and the tree must be covered with dirt around it in only one row. The second row can be covered with anything. As you can see here, even a string will work. For this method to work, an area of 5 by 5 blocks is required, so I really wanted to close the entire farm in these dimensions, but the smallest dimension I managed to achieve was 5 by 6 blocks. I don't think there is any other way to pull the tree out of the farm in a smaller size. My main goal was to fit the entire farm in this size. Because of this, I had to make some compromises, for example, working speed. And here's how it all works. The detector detects changes in the sapling, which starts the hopper clock and starts a sequence of pistons that pull the tree out of the farm, leaving an empty space for a new tree. The second part of the farm is the automatic bone meal dispenser. I absolutely wanted the farm to automatically detect the appearance of bone meal and its absence, so that it does not cause lag when the fuel runs out and you do not have to manually turn it on. It will turn on by itself when there is fuel in it and will also turn off by itself when the bone meal ends. The universal version is already 6 by 6. This is due to this additional row of redstone, and it works like this. When we do not have any item in the furnace, the farm is set to birch and jungle logs 4 blocks high. When we put any item into the furnace, the farm switches to a mode in which it produces trees 3 blocks high. I use this setting to produce spruce trees, but you can also produce birch and jungle wood in this setting, but they will be 3 blocks high. Recently, I came across other farms of this type. Some of them work quite well and others are bad copies, and it is clear that whoever uploaded them has no idea how it works at all. For example, here is a picture of a thumbnail one of these films. In the thumbnail, we can see birch, oak, mangrove tree, and pale oak. Of the trees mentioned, only birch will work in this farm. In the second screen, we can see 4 types of trees: birch, jungle, oak, and spruce. The farm from this film will only work well on birch and jungle. There's also this guy. The farm from this film looks very familiar, but I don't know why. Let's look at it again. There's still no clues. In any case, the farm shown in the film should produce 3 types of wood, according to the description. In the comments under the film, someone writes that spruce doesn't work, and I know exactly why. I tried to reply to the guy in the comment, but the author deletes my comments without answering his question. If only someone had a solution to this. Anyway, let's solve these problems. The only types of trees that can work in a ghost tree farm are oak, birch, spruce, and jungle. However, oak break the farm very quickly. This is because the oak can turn dirt into logs by producing branches. It is much better to make an automatic azalea tree farm. Let's check how quickly oak break the farm. And the farm is broken. Another problem is spruce. Each of my farms is adapted to the smallest tree of specific kind that can grow. The smallest type of spruce can grow to a height of 3 blocks. So any farm that will have a larger size will break after some time, when only a small spruce tree grows. Sometimes it can take 10 minutes, and sometimes after 2 minutes, the farm is already broken. I'll try to show it. And that's it. As you can see, as soon as a 3-block tall tree grew, the farm broke down. Just to be clear, it's not like my farm is completely free from defects. I'm struggling with 2 problems. First, the main component of this farm is dirt, and in Minecraft there is a mcbe that can steal this block. Enderman. As soon as such a creature steals some dirt from this farm, this happens. And the farm is broken. I've only seen something like this once, and I use these farms in every world. But it can happen. The second problem is related to the main mechanics of this farm. The thing is that the sapling does not turn into log, but remains a sapling. Because of this, a tree can grow from it at any time. If the tree grows naturally while the farm is collecting a previously grown tree, it can break down. However, the chances of this happening are very small. I used this farm for many hours and there was no problem. However, if we increase the random number of ticks in the game above 50, the farm breaks down almost immediately. The trees grow so quickly that they have a very high chance of growing at the wrong time. I usually notice this problem only during large tests. Like here I run almost 100 farms at once. After an hour of such a test, usually 1 or 2 are broken. And I can't really do anything about it. I mean, there is a way, but it can't be done in such a small space. And then the latest update came, which drastically reduced the efficiency of the ghost tree farm. So I decided to recalibrate the farm to boost the efficiency a bit. And during one of these tests, using a larger number of farms, I came up with an idea. To make this farm completely resistant to corruption, I would have to increase it by 1 block in each direction. And while changing the size of a single farm from 5 by 6 to 7 by 8 is quite a lot, I noticed that when I place multiple farms next to each other, I still leave a 1-block gap between them, so that the redstone from one farm doesn't mix with the redstone from the other. I decided to come up with a way to use this space of this 1 block to solve the problem. And I managed to do it with regular walls made of solid blocks and 2 barrels. The farm has increased in size to 7 by 8, but its side walls can be put one on the other. This makes the single farm increase by 2 blocks, but at the same time, by building many farms next to each other, we increase the size in total only by 2 blocks. Here's the new design. Let's turn the wall into tinted glass to make everything clearer. The farm is universal. It can produce 4-block birch and jungle trees, and after changing the setting, it will produce 3-block high trees, which works on spruce, birch, and jungle. Blocking access to important dirt blocks prevents Endermen from stealing that block, and blocking the light prevents the tree from growing at the wrong time. The lamp only lights up when the farm doesn't collect wood. As soon as it detects tree growing, it turns off. Let's see if the farm can actually withstand a larger number of ticks. Let's set a random number of ticks to some crazy number.
It's over 9,000!
Unfortunately, my computer automatically sets the maximum to 4,096. Let's test it for an hour. And nothing broke with the maximum tick number. Let's test this farm on a larger scale again. I have about 100 farms here. We will first test a larger number of ticks. Let's set it to 150 ticks, for example. An amazing view. Let's see how quickly I can get a full stack of each wood. Incredible speed. The advantage of this farm is that it works completely automatically. You don't have to do anything to it, which means we can build as many as we want. We'll test it for an hour and see if any of them broke down. Hour has passed, so I'll reset the number of ticks. Let's check the farms. Not even one of the 96 farms was broken. Let's do another test, this time using BoneMeal. Again, the view is amazing. Let's see how quickly I can get a full stack of each wood. good. Let's leave the farm for an hour and check the results then. As you can see, the farm produced so many thousands of trees in an hour, and none of them broke. I think I answered all the questions, and I explained everything. If you have any other questions, please leave a comment. I'll be happy to answer. Leave a like and subscribe so you don't miss anything. Tutorial for the new version in the next video. Thank you and goodbye.